Wayne says, Bradley, I'm curious if you would address the Charles Floate, I think it was Floate rant in the comments being bantered about the Local Client Takeover Facebook group on the real usefulness of the IFTTT networks. Well, that could take a whole hour in itself, Wayne. I would just refer everybody to that thread and let them read through the thread and make their own decisions. But I don't know if that's a public Facebook group or not. Do we want to drop that link? What do you guys think?
It is not public.
No, it is not public. You'll need to join. But anyways, I think we could share the link anyways. I think it's been a lot of fun, actually.
The only thing that I would add to that is, like, we're not marketers, guys. We're just some guys who have our own businesses, who came up with an idea of sharing the stuff that we know works. And how do we know it works? Well, we have our membership that will tell you. I mean, that's our best testimonial, right? Our successful members. So the thing that I would say is, talk to the members. You know, reach out, talk to them, and say, what are you doing? Go to IFTTT 2.0. We have a bragging thread. Go to our. I know you guys can't get into the RYS Facebook group, but maybe you can talk to people who have been successful with RYS, just to see whether the stuff works or not. Because the claim is that it doesn't work, and we know we do tons of testing before we release anything to the public. And the one thing that we do know through our testing is the shit works, man. Period. Point blank.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you guys, I don't care if we drop the link to that Facebook post. You guys might have to join the group in order for you to be able to read it, but it is a very long thread, and there's been a lot of comments on it, and I stand by my comments 100% and the effectiveness of IFTTT networks. And there's some haters in the group that are going to say that it doesn't work and blah, 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 but I've got over 4 years of testing and results, and I've built my entire SEO agency business and my lead gen business on IFTTT SEO as the foundation. And again, with our students and everything else that have had success, and us as excuse me, you know, my partners and I, we've been using they've all been using them for over a couple years now. So I stand by it 100%. There's more than one way to skin a cat, which I've mentioned in the thread or in that post. And you know, pick what works for you guys. The way I look at it, though, is the IFTTT networks. You know, we're giving that Google tickle, as Marco calls it. And we are actually feeding into the semantic algorithm, right? I mean, that's what we're doing. We're giving Google what it wants, and that's why I think it's so effective, and why I think it's going to continue to be effective even long term. Whereas a lot of traditional SEO methods are becoming less and less effective, and sometimes even become a negative ranking factor at some point. And I don't see that being a problem with IFTTT SEO. And so again, I stand by my comments 100%, and I'm happy to share that thread if we can find.
Yeah, I think just one thing on that is that, and everyone here is, you know, I don't think we've ever had anyone out of line in a hangout or on the Hump Day hangout. I would just say, if you do go over there, you do join. You know, be civil. If you've got anything to say, make sure it's useful. Don't go in there just, you know, say, you know, it works, or, you know, if you got something to say, that's great. Otherwise, just read through it. It's a pretty cool thread. There's a lot of information in there. And then, yeah, I think a lot of the confusion comes from people who are used to having people say, this is the only way to do something, which is never what we say. You know, it's like, hey, this is a really easy way to do a lot of really cool things. But like Bradley just said, this isn't the only way. There, you know, like there's so many different ways you can accomplish things. It's just that this is, one, it works, and two, it's fairly easy. So I think a lot of people miss that point and think that, you know, if they're not familiar with us, they probably think we're just saying it's, you know, IFTTT is the only way you can do SEO, you know, which is obviously not the case.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean the people that say, well, you guys only say it works because you sell a product. No, I built my business on that foundation prior to it ever becoming a product. The only reason why it became a product is because it worked so damn well for me, and then when I started sharing it with a few others and they tried it, it worked for them, and they said, hey, you're on to something here, and thus Semantic Mastery was born. And that's really why. So it's not that we created a product to sell to people, it's I created a system that worked for me that then worked for others that then ended up becoming a product, so that we could share something that works so well with so many others. That's how it worked out. So just be, you know, like what Adam said, just be civil if you're going to go in. And I can tell you I was pretty pissed at some of the comments. I wanted to lash out, but I had to exercise some control and and post some diplomatic responses instead.
Breathe deeply.
I was actually pretty civil also, man.
Yeah.
I am very proud of me because I started to tell people to kiss my ass.
Yeah. You know, what's funny is that I think there's these kind of discussions or these kind of debates, they do a lot of good to our community because you will see a ton of, you know, and I'm really honored that a lot of people is actually, you know, saying, hey, you know, I tested this and this work, and there's a bunch of big names over there which I truly respect, including you guys. So I think these kind of debates, these kind of discussions, they do really well to our community. But yeah, I mean, what we were trying to convey on that is not that the group is called the Proper PBN Group, so they are still thinking on the PBN side of things, which is completely fine. In fact, we're going to be talking about PBNs on today's update for V2. But you know, at some point, you need to understand where everyone is coming from. We have been tested it pretty much everything. We've tested PBNs, and we are always in the trenches. And you know, one of the good things about, for example, IFTTT SEO Academy is that all of the people that have been, you know, going through the training, like guys like Terry Kyle, you know, he's like a big name in my opinion, and they're saying, hey, it's a really thorough training and deep training, yeah, because, you know, we developed the training to train VAs. That was the original idea, you know, so it has to be step by step. So, you know, that would be my intake on it. I think it's, you know, it's been a great thread. Of course, you know, we got some haters, but that's their norm. So
that means we're doing good if people are hating.
Yeah, that's right.
If people are hating, we're doing really good. And then one last thing, just to go back to one of the original pillars of Semantic Mastery, was that we were going to be testers. We were going to be the lab, so that people wouldn't have to go out and buy garbage. And this is what we do. Now, we found that some people, I'm not going to mention names, are peddling garbage. They're peddling stuff that doesn't work. And you know, we've probably mentioned names, which we shouldn't have, but it's what we do, man. We test and we retest, and we tell you whether something works or not. If it doesn't work, we're not going to try to sell it to you as something that's the end all to it all, and this is all you need. We're going to tell you, no, it's crap. Don't buy it. You're going to get it straight from us. So we're your lab, and it's what we do. We're dedicated to that. We stay true to that. And this, I mean, look at what we do every Wednesday. We give you an hour so that you can come and ask us, guys, what's working? What do I do? And here we are. You know, we're working on a year straight, or 100. We're going on 2 years.
This is number 87, buddy. We're approaching 2 years.
2 years, and we're still here, man.
Yep. And now we're every week that we give back to you guys, because, you know, we do appreciate all of you who follow us and support us and all that, and so that's why we do this every week. It's our way of giving back, and I truly do enjoy these Hump Day Hangouts, guys, or else I wouldn't do it every damn week. We've only missed 1 week in 87 episodes, and that was a scheduled week off. So, I mean, that's consistency, baby. So we're really proud of that. And we stand behind our comments and our products, hands down.